letting the transfers play. I actually really like this idea, and I think the NCAA should implement letting transfers play. I know they're working on something, but yeah, I think the 1 year sit out is just it's bad because now when athletes want to transfer, say you don't like the school, but like you want to play basketball, football there, sitting out 1 year, you have to focus on academics. Imagine you're like an Andrew Wiggins or a Joel Embiid, you know. And like like if Ben Simmons wanted to transfer, he had a terrible GPA. They would have made him sit down. He would have had to gone through all this stuff, gone through all the schools and that kind of. I mean, he would have gone through all of that college, and he probably would have failed because he had a terrible GPA. Then he wouldn't be eligible to play basketball, right? See, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that's why most kids go to like Kentucky, right? Because you don't really have to study there. If you're extremely talented enough to go to Kentucky, you go to Kentucky, you go for a year, then you go to the NBA. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm making a controversial statement. Some people who do go to Kentucky have like family turmoil, or like their family is kind of poor, so like they need to help provide for their family. So they go to Kentucky for a year, then they enter the NBA, and they're cool, right? You know, making money for their family. So I'm not gonna rip Kentucky. I think John Calipari is one of the greatest recruiters in college basketball. The way he can pull people in and help them, I just think it's absolutely crazy. The way he does that every single year, he has at least 3 or 4 5-star recruit coming in. Because the way he recruits, he just knows how to talk to people very well. He's persuasive, and I think that's that's one of his greatest strengths as a recruiter. And I just think the transfer rule is stupid because why? Why would you make him sit out? Because I know Grant Gibbs from Creighton University, and this was a huge when this happened. Grant Gibbs got granted a 6th year, and more people are going to be granted 6th years because not I don't think it was a 6th year, sorry, it was a 5th year. But if you get granted 5th year, because he sat out 1 year when he transferred. I think he transferred from Gonzaga. I'm not sure for sure, but I think he transferred somewhere and he got a 5th year transfer, and they applied to the NCAA, and the NCAA was like, yeah, because you were injured and you didn't play, we'll give you that 5th year. So he got the 5th year, and I think that's gonna happen more because of the 1 year sit downs. I think that's gonna be more work for the NCAA. So the NCAA should just let the transfers play in the first place instead of granting these stupid 5th years, right? Like I personally, I don't think the 5th years is that much of like a, like a big deal, because it's like, oh, you've been injured, you want more time to play, blah blah blah, right? But it's like for the NCAA, they got to do all that hard work, the paperwork, and it's too much work for them. And letting the transfers play, because it's just college basketball. You're making, technically, they're making more revenue when the players play, right? So like, why would you not want more business? Because that's what the NCAA is. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, they make so much money, and they cannot, like, off March Madness and off all this, and they cannot give even a free hamburger to the players. Like, so there's some Ohio State player that was talking about this. Ohio State backup quarterback. He was like, yeah, if I get a free hamburger, it's illegal. Like, see, that's what I think is ridiculous. They might say they're not making money off these players, but they do. So the least they could do is let the transfers play, because it's impacting college basketball, it's impacting college football, because some of these players aren't happy at the universities. So letting them transfer, but then not letting them play is just absolute BS, because now they're basically wasting a year. Here's the thing. They're 4 years in college, okay? When you transfer, doing a 1 year sit down is crazy, because you have just lost 1 year of physical and mental and emotional peak. Because when you're an athlete and you don't train, and you're not in, like, even if, as much as you train, if you're not in the sport, you're going to lose your flow. And that ruins careers, and that takes people down. And I just don't think that type of, like, punishment, I feel like it's punishment, because then that athlete has to find a way to somehow most athletes are good enough to the point where they train, but there are a lot of athletes that aren't good, that just want to transfer for school purposes, and also want to play for fun. Like, in college, they're making this all, like, so, like, complicated. See, they should just make it simple, make it happy, and just let them play. Because think about it, 4 years of college, like I said earlier, like, that's just, like, why are you being so bad about this? Like, just, I think the NCAA just has so many rules and so many things you can violate that it's so hard these days to, like, sit there and be like, hey, the NCAA is doing something right. Or they don't know what they're doing, and it's so evident. And Mark Emmert just needs to get fired because the way they're using these athletes and the way they're doing this is it's just not good. Just let the transfers play. Like, they're in college for 4 years, and one of the years, just let them play. Come on, man. 1 year's a lot of fucking time to sit out. I wouldn't want to sit out for a year. That would be crazy. Like, just do it, man. Why you gotta be so Nazi about this, Mark? Like, that's the thing about Mark Emmert, man. They just he puts stupid, dumbass rules out there, and he wants everybody to follow them. No, man. People don't want to follow your rules. People just want to live their life. Like, it's not even about, like, it's the transfers playing. Just let them play, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's not good, man. My opinion on this is just like college players, I don't have to go through this a lot, and you're putting them through even more shit. Like, just chillax, man. Just chillax.